Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are not just reading a source. We're stepping into a completely different kind of nightmare, a very specific, wet, dark, and, beautifully terrifying nightmare. We are talking about the novel Queen of Faces by Petra Lord. And I have to say, right off the bat, this world, it really messed with me.
It is a heavy one. It's a setting that feels incredibly claustrophobic from page one. We are in the world of Caimor, specifically the capital city, Almade. And usually when we talk about these fantasy cities, we talk about the architecture, the trade routes, or whatever. Here, we really just have to talk about the water.
The rising tides, it's not just a background detail, is it? It's the whole point.
Right. It is the engine of the entire plot.
Yep.
The 8 oceans are literally swallowing the world. This isn't some vague climate change metaphor that might happen in 100 years. It is happening right now in the text. The sea level is rising visibly. Civilization is retreating up the mountains just to keep their feet dry.
And the sky really helps with that whole oppression vibe. The book opens by telling us the sky is black, like no snows, just a complete void.
Which psychologically changes everything for a civilization. Just imagine looking up and seeing absolutely nothing. No navigation, no constellations, no sense of a universe beyond your own drowning rock. It turns the focus entirely inward toward the ground, and more specifically, toward the self.
And that's where the horror really sets in for me. Because in this world, while everyone is terrified of drowning, they are obsessed, and I mean completely obsessed with beauty, but not in a vanity way.
In a survival way.
Exactly. We need to introduce the central premise immediately because everything else hinges on it. And Caimor, biology is not destiny. Biology is a commodity.
Right, we're talking about the pith and the chassis.
Yes. This is a classic dualist philosophy made entirely literal. The pith is your soul, your mind, your consciousness. It physically sits in your nervous system. The chassis is just the meat you're wearing. It's a vessel. And the technology or the magic, really, of this world allows you to swap them. But it's not like that sci-fi stuff where you download a stack into a new clone.
Yeah.
It's much more visceral than that.
Much more. It's described as this fluid transition. You don't plug in a cable. You perform a breathing exercise. You relax the boundaries of yourself, and you literally flow from one nervous system to another.
Which sounds incredibly freeing in theory, like, oh, my knees hurt, I'll just hop into a new body. But that's not how it works for 99% of the population, is it?
No. And this is where the economy of bodies comes in. Because if bodies are swappable, they become products. And like any product, you have the luxury line and you have the discount bin.
The designer bodies versus the Edgars.
The contrast is just stark. Up in Hightown, on the peaks of the mountains where it's actually dry, the nobility wear designer bodies. These are handcrafted. Flawless skin, bones reinforced with steel, muscles stitched for perfect symmetry. They are living art pieces, they don't age, they don't really get sick, and they are stunningly beautiful.
And then you have the Edgars, and I want to spend some time here because the description of the Edgars made my skin crawl. It's not just that they're ugly, it's that they are broken on purpose.
It is the ultimate form of planned obsolescence. The Edgars are mass-produced bodies for the poor. They are literally named after the model number Edgar. They have this rough gray skin. Not a natural skin tone, but a muddy olive gray like wet clay.
And they all look the same. Masculine features, bald or thinning hair. But it's the sensory deprivation that gets me. That's the real nightmare.
That is the true horror, yeah. To save on manufacturing costs, the creators of the Edgars limited the nervous receptors. So if you are stuck in an Edgar, you have a muted sense of touch. You can't taste food properly. Everything tastes like cardboard or dust. You can't smell the ocean or a flower.
Think about what that means for you as a listener. Imagine that. You are poor, so the world decides you don't get to taste an apple anymore. You don't get to smell rain. You are living in a literal sensory prison.
It creates this intense psychological distance. If you can't feel the world, do you even care about it? And worse, the Edgars decay. They have a shelf life of maybe 3 to 5 years before they start to rot while you are still inside them.
And we see this right away with Anna, our protagonist. She's 17 years old, but she's in a dying Edgar. She mentions that her hair is falling out in clumps and she has this constant dull ache in her skull.
It's a terminal illness built into the hardware. And if she doesn't get out, the decay will jump the gap. It will infect her pith.
Wait, explain that. The body can actually kill the soul.
Yes. If the chassis degrades too much, the pith starts to fray. You go mad. You lose your memories, your personality. It's called graying out. So for Anna, getting a new body isn't about vanity at all. It's about survival. She's literally racing against her own expiration date.
So, our mission today for this deep dive is to unpack this absolute mess of a society. We have a magic system based on intelligence, a political crisis with terrorists blowing up dams, and two characters, Anna and Nell, who are on a complete collision course.
And at the center of it all is the question of identity. If you change your face, do you change yourself? Or does the self inevitably twist to fit the mask?
Let's get into the mechanics of the magic first. Because I feel like in a lot of fantasy sources, magic is just, there. You have mana, you shoot a fireball, end of story. But here, it's entirely tied to how smart you are.
It's based on Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, which I find fascinating. In Caimor, magic is just the application of will through a specific cognitive framework. You can't just be naturally powerful. You have to be smart in the right way.
The book introduces this with the candle lesson from headmaster Kirowich. Can we break that down? Because I think it really explains why Anna is considered a failure and why others are elites.
Absolutely. So Kirowich lights a candle, and he explains the 4 schools of magic based on how you interact with that flame. The first is the green school physical magic.
This is the fireball school.
Superficially, yes. But to use green magic, you have to understand the physical laws of the universe. If you want to make the flame bigger, you don't just wish it. You have to mentally manipulate the oxygen flow. You have to understand thermodynamics.
So a green mage is basically a weaponized physicist.
Precisely. High logical mathematical intelligence is required. If you can't hold a complex equation in your head while under fire, you cannot cast the spell.
Then there's red, sinew magic.
This is body control, enhancement, speed, strength. This corresponds to bodily kinesthetic intelligence.
This is the one I struggled with initially. Like, how is moving fast magic?
Think about a professional athlete or a dancer. They have an innate understanding of where their body is in space proprioception. Now imagine amplifying that with magic. A red mage can force their muscles to contract with hydraulic force. They can harden their skin by willing the cellular density to increase, but they need that deep intuitive connection to their own biology to do it.
So a red mage feels every single fiber of their muscle.
Exactly. It's incredibly visceral. The source notes this is common among the Shenty people, a specific ethnic group in Caimor who have a heavy cultural emphasis on physical discipline.
Then we have purple, praxis.
This is the rarest. Intrapersonal intelligence, control of the self. This allows a mage to accelerate their own processing speed, to suppress fear, to recall memories with perfect clarity. It's the magic of the mind enhancing the mind.
And finally blue, the whisper school. This is Anna's school.
And arguably the most terrifying. Whisper magic is interpersonal intelligence, empathy, psychology. It is the control of other minds, illusions, perception filters, and influence.
So a whisper mage isn't shooting lightning, they are hacking your brain.
They are making you see lightning, or they're making you not see them at all. It requires a deep understanding of how people think, what they fear, and what they expect to see.
This brings us to the codex. This isn't just a spell you learn from a textbook, is it?
No. A codex is a signature spell. It's totally unique to the mage. It's formed when a mage has a branch, a moment of epiphany, where their understanding of their magic crystallizes into something entirely new.
So no two codexes are exactly alike?
Correct. You might have 10 physical mages who can all heat up water, but only one has a codex that lets him turn water into pressurized cutting jets. It's a reflection of their personality and their specific genius.
But there's one whisper spell that everyone seems to know, and it's awful. Nudging.
Nudging is the blunt instrument of whisper magic. It's mind control, plain and simple. It makes the target compliant.
We see Clementine, Anna's boss, use this. Describe what it feels like for the victim, because Anna's internal monologue during a nudge is just chilling.
She describes it as a warm, soft blanket wrapping around her brain. It's not painful, it's comfortable. The voice tells you to sit down, and you want to sit down. You feel that it is the right thing to do. Your resistance melts away into this fuzzy apathy.
That's so much worse than pain. Because it violates your will by making you actively agree with the violator.
It creates a society where the powerful can literally force the weak to be happy about their oppression. It's the ultimate tool of control.
Which is a perfect segue to Anna Gage, our desperate outsider.
Anna is the absolute bottom of the barrel in this society. She's a servant, a maid for a mercenary named Clementine. She's in that rotting Edgar body we talked about. And she has one dream, Paragon Academy.
Paragon is the Hogwarts of this world. But if Hogwarts was run by DARPA and Goldman Sachs...
That's a great way to put it. It's the elite military and magical academy. If you get in, the state pays for a new body, a designer chassis. It is the only way out of poverty.
But Anna gets rejected. And I want to talk about her stats because they are both hilarious and tragic.
She gets the letter in the rain, pathetic fallacy at its finest. She scores a 98 out of 100 in strategy. She is a genius tactician, but she scores a 58 in magic potential.
That's a failing grade.
It is. She has the mind of a general, but the magical battery of an AA battery. Paragon doesn't want thinkers, they want nukes, so she is rejected for the third and final time.
This leads to the dinner party from hell. Clementine is hosting some very bad people.
The coin and the corpse. Mercenaries and body traffickers.
Anna cracks. She just completely snaps.
It's a moment of pure nihilistic rage. She's serving them soup. She knows she's dying. She knows she has no future. So she uses her Codex Rainbow Veil.
Tell us about Rainbow Veil, because for a weak mage, this is a flashy trick.
Rainbow Veil allows her to overlay visual illusions on reality. She makes the guests see their soup boiling with maggots.
I love this scene. It's so petty but so effective.
It creates total chaos, screaming, vomiting. But Clementine is a pro. She dips her hand into the illusion, feels the soup is just soup, and realizes immediately, my maid is a mage.
And in Caimor, an unregistered mage is a resource to be exploited or a threat to be neutralized.
Clementine chooses neutralize. She nudges Anna. She forces Anna to walk to the balcony, cut off her own hair, which was the one part of her original body she had left, and jump into the ocean.
Suicide by command.
It shows the absolute power disparity. Anna is helpless against the nudge. She falls, but she survives. And in the water, she finds the inciting incident in a waterproof folder.
Clementine's heist plans.
Clementine was planning to rob a shipment of bodies at the port. Anna, shivering, bald, and half-drowned, decides to steal the plan. She thinks, if I'm going to die in a body that doesn't hurt.
I want to walk through the heist because this is where we see Anna's 98 strategy score actually work. She doesn't blast her way in.
She can't. She's weak, so she uses Rainbow Veil inversely. Instead of creating maggots, she creates nothing. She wraps herself in an illusion of empty air.
Invisibility through erasure.
She projects the image of the wall behind her onto herself. It's active camouflage. She walks right past the guards. It's nerve-wracking because if she loses focus for a single second, the illusion flickers and she's dead.
And she finds the prize, the star-woven body.
We need to pause on this. Because this isn't just a designer body, this is a relic.
What makes a body star-woven?
These were created thousands of years ago by the Star Prophets, back before the sky went black. They are described as having skin that glows with a faint inner light. They are regenerative. They don't age. But the defining feature is the eyes.
The eyes have stars in them.
Tiny white fires burning against the dark. In a world without stars, these bodies are the only place you can see them. It implies that the Star Prophets somehow harvested the light of the universe and locked it into these vessels.
That is beautiful and deeply unsettling. It's like wearing a piece of the lost heaven.
It's the ultimate status symbol. And Anna, the girl who smells like rot, swaps into it.
Describe the swap, because the contrast between the Edgar and the star-woven is the emotional peak of this section.
She initiates the breathing exercise. She flows out of the Edgar, described as shedding a heavy, wet coat, and into the star-woven. And the reaction is immediate euphoria. She describes it as music. Her senses turn on. She can smell the salt in the air. She can feel the cold texture of the floor. The pain in her skull vanishes.
It's not just relief, it's a high.
She says she felt like a god. And for a moment, she is. She stands up, tall, strong, beautiful. She has stolen a Ferrari when she was used to a tricycle.
But the joy lasts about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because she gets caught.
By Paragon students on patrol. And not just any students. Nell Ebridge and Samuel Peckham.
This is where the tragedy happens. Anna is panicked. She's just a scared kid in a god's body. She sees these elite students coming for her.
She uses Rainbow Veil again, but this time she uses it to confuse. She casts an illusion over herself to look like Nell, and she casts an illusion over the real Nell to look like the thief.
That is so chaotic.
It works too well. Samuel, Nell's fiancé, sees a thief attacking his girlfriend, who is actually Anna. He reacts instinctively. He has a wire-based codex.
He lashes out.
He sends a razor-thin wire to intercept the thief, and he slices off the real Nell's hand.
Oh my God. The friendly fire.
It's horrific. The scream, the blood. Samuel realizes too late what he's done. In the confusion, Anna grabs a gun, a kinetic pistol, and shoots Samuel in the leg to stop him from pursuing.
So within 30 seconds of getting her new body, Anna has maimed one student and shot another.
She flees. She runs for the bridge. She thinks she's escaped. But there is one person you don't run from.
Headmaster Carowich.
He's waiting for her on the bridge. eating a biscuit.
Of course he is.
And this scene establishes exactly who Caimor is. He doesn't shout, he doesn't cast a giant spell, he just flicks a pencil at her.
Pencil.
Using green magic, physical magic, he accelerates that pencil to the speed of a bullet. It punches right through Anna's stomach, through that new star-woven immortal gut.
That is such a flex. Like, I can kill you with office supplies.
It proves that the body doesn't matter if the mind isn't trained. Anna is in a god-tier body, but she's still an untrained novice. Caimor drops her instantly.
But he doesn't kill her.
No. He watches her bleed. He sees the regeneration of the star-woven body kicking in, and he makes a calculation. He saw her trick Samuel. He saw her use strategy to defeat superior power. He realizes, I can use this.
So he blackmails her. Join my secret task force, or I throw you in prison for life.
Essentially. He recruits her as a greycoat, a servant student. She has to pretend to be a boy named David Chapman. She has to scrub floors by day and learn magic by night, and her mission is to hunt a terrorist.
Before we get to the hunting, we have to talk about the person whose life Anna just ruined, Nell.
Section 3. Nell Ebridge. If Anna is the desperate outsider, Nell is the fallen princess.
We meet Nell before the accident. She's living the dream, high nobility. Her mother is an admiral. She eats oysters for breakfast.
But it's a cold existence. Her mother, Admiral Rowena, is not a mom. She's a stakeholder. She views Nell as an asset, and Nell is underperforming.
She's getting B's at Paragon.
Unacceptable for an Ebridge. And this leads to the concept of ousting. This is maybe the most dystopian part of the social structure for me.
Explain ousting, because it sounds like a corporate layoff, but for children.
That's exactly what it is. In noble families, the lineage is a corporation. The child is the CEO. If the CEO is incompetent, the parents can vote to replace them. They can bring in a prodigy from outside the family, adopt them, and kick the biological child to the curb.
But the child has a right to defend their position. A duel.
The challenge of blood. Nell has to fight her replacement, a boy named Ori.
And Ori is a powerhouse.
He's been groomed by Nell's mother for years. He's strong in red and green magic. But Nell is surprisingly capable. I want to talk about her codex, Folding Edge.
Paper magic.
It sounds ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
She carries a stack of high-density parchment, but she uses green magic to alter the structural integrity of the paper, making the edges sharper than diamond. And she uses red magic to throw them with lethal precision.
It's the ultimate cut by 1,000 paper cuts.
In the duel, she is brilliant. She uses the environment. She folds a paper shield to deflect Ori's fire. She folds a paper sword to parry his strikes. She actually wins the physical fight. She has Ori dead to rights.
But she loses anyway.
Because she expects a fair fight. Ori falls into the water feature of the arena. He plays dead. Nell lowers her guard, waiting for the referee to call the match. And Ori, using water magic, surges up from behind and strikes her down.
It's a cheap shot.
It is. But Nell's mother allows it. She nods. Because she wanted Ori to win. She wanted the ruthless killer, not the honorable fighter.
That betrayal breaks Nell more than the injury.
Absolutely. And then comes the punishment. She is ousted. This involves a memory wipe.
They wipe her mind.
They fragment it. She wakes up in a bathtub in Lowtown. She doesn't remember her name. She doesn't remember Paragon. She is just empty. She is assigned a number, 516R.
From the penthouse to the gutter.
She has to rebuild herself from zero. She eventually sees her replacement, the girl who is now in her old body living her life.
Wait, so the replacement gets Nell's old body too?
Yes. The ousting often involves swapping the new heir into the noble body. So Nell sees her own face, her own hands, holding hands with Samuel, kissing him.
That is a special kind of hell. Seeing your boyfriend with you. But it's not you.
It drives her into a cold, hard rage. She decides that Nell was weak. Nell deserved to lose, so she kills that identity. She finds a new body, a star-woven male body that she manages to acquire through very illicit means, and she becomes Wes.
Wes is interesting. He's everything Nell wasn't. He's quiet, ruthless, efficient.
He is a weapon forged by trauma. Nell was arrogant. Wes is deadly. He becomes a mercenary, and he has one goal: revenge.
Revenge on who?
On the thief. On the girl who stole the star-woven body at the port, because that theft is what led to Samuel panicking, which led to Nell losing her hand, which led to her failing her exams, which led to the ousting.
So he blames Anna for everything.
To him, Anna is the architect of his destruction.
This brings us to Section 4. The Convergence. Caimor decides to play matchmaker.
Carriage is running an illegal operation. The Greycoats. He needs agents who are expendable and talented. He has Anna blunt force, illusion, and he finds Wes tactical precision, physical combat.
Does Carriwich know Wes is Nell?
Yes. Carriwich knows everything. He tracks Wes down. He offers him a deal. Help me kill the Black Wraith, and I will give you the resources to challenge your ousting and reclaim your name.
So Wes is in. And Anna's already in because she doesn't want to go to jail.
Carriwich introduces them. David, meet Wes.
Does Wes recognize Anna?
Immediately. Anna is in the star-woven body she stole. It's distinct. Wes sees the stars in her eyes and knows. That's the thief.
But Anna doesn't know Wes is Nell. She just sees a handsome mercenary boy.
Information asymmetry. It creates this delicious tension. Wes hates her guts. He wants to kill her right there. But he needs Carriwich's deal, so he plays along. He decides to use Anna as a pawn.
It's a toxic workplace, to say the least.
It's a powder keg.
Let's talk about the mission. Who is the Black Wraith?
Kaya. She is the shadow over this entire story.
We haven't met her directly yet, but her reputation is terrifying.
She is a former student of Carriwich and Nell's father. Years ago, she supposedly died in a suicide bombing of a dam. But she's alive, and she leads Commonplace.
Commonplace is the terrorist group. Or the resistance, depending on who you ask.
Their motto is, even gods drown.
That is a chilling line.
It speaks to the environmental reality. The rising tides don't care if you are a noble or a pauper. Water drowns everyone. Commonplace is weaponizing that nihilism. They are recruiting the humdrums, the non-magical people, and the failed mages.
Why are they gaining so much traction now?
Because the water is rising faster, people are scared. The nobility in Hightown are hoarding resources, building walls, and literally buying immortality while the poor drown in Edgar's. Coyote's saying, burn it all down. If we die, they die with us.
It's class warfare accelerated by climate apocalypse.
Exactly. And Coyote is dangerous because she knows magic. She's not just a rabble-rouser, she's a scholar. She knows the secrets of the Star Prophets.
So Anna and Wes are sent to hunt her. Let's talk about their partnership in Section 6.
It starts with a test. Carriwich sends them into the city. Anna goes to Eminent Forms, a high-end body shop.
Why does she go there?
She's drawn to it. She sees the Edgars in the window and she freezes. She has a panic attack. It's PTSD. She remembers the smell, the numbness. She's terrified she'll end up back in one.
And Wes is watching her.
He's stalking her. And he decides to test her reflexes. He uses his magic to hijack a car.
Wait, he causes a car accident on purpose.
He sees a car coming down the street. He uses green magic to jam the throttle. He sends it careening toward Anna.
That is psychopathic behavior.
It is. He wants to see if she can defend herself. But when she freezes, he realizes he has to step in. Or he loses his pawn. So he jumps in.
The hero moment.
It's completely manufactured. He creates the danger, then saves her from it. He draws his paper sword, his folding edge, and slices the car in half.
That cleaves a car.
Clean in two. The engine block, the chassis, everything. It slides apart. It's a display of terrifying power.
And Anna buys it.
She is dazzled. She thinks, my God, this guy is amazing. He saved my life. She has no idea he almost killed her.
It solidifies their dynamic. Anna is the naive admirer. Wes is the manipulative protector.
But Wes is also analyzing her. He calls her a monochrome soul with a brain like cold porridge in his internal monologue.
Ouch.
He underestimates her intelligence because he sees her panic. He doesn't know about the 98 strategy score yet. He thinks she's just a thief who got lucky.
He's going to be surprised.
He certainly is.
I want to dive into the deep lore in Section 7 before we wrap up. Carriwich gives Anna a book.
Weston's book. King Weston was the last of the Star Prophets. This is an ancient text, but it's a puzzle. Half the pages are text and half are blank.
And the riddle is, which is more important, full or empty?
Anna is obsessing over this. Carriwich tells her that solving this riddle is the key to defending her mind against nudging.
Why? What's the connection?
Think about whisper magic. It works by filling your mind with suggestions, by overwhelming your will. If you want to resist, maybe you need to be empty.
Like a cup that can't be filled because it has no bottom.
Or perhaps it's about the void of the sky. The Star Prophets worship the dark as much as the light. Maybe the empty represents the potential to be anything, whereas the full is static. Anna has to figure this out, or Coyote, who is a master whisper mage, will tear her mind apart.
And then there's the entrance to Paragon. To get in, they have to go through a secret passage in the library.
A magical mirror. And this reveals a bombshell about Anna.
When she looks in the mirror, she doesn't see herself.
She sees her mother, but not the tired nurse she knew. She sees her mother looking powerful and distinctly Shenty.
We mentioned the Shenty people earlier. They are the ones with high red magic potential.
Anna always thought she was a humdrum, no magic lineage. But the mirror suggests her mother was a mage, maybe a powerful one who hid her abilities.
Which would explain why Anna has the potential for a codex. Magic runs in the blood.
It changes Anna's understanding of her own history. She's not just a random anomaly. She is part of a legacy she doesn't understand yet.
So they step through the mirror into the rain-soaked grounds of Paragon Academy, and that's where we leave them.
Standing at the gates of the lion's den.
I want to take a step back and look at the themes here. Because, yes, it's wizards and body swapping, but it feels like a commentary on something very real.
It's about the commodification of the self. In our world, we curate our online personas, we use filters, we buy clothes to signal status. In Caimor, they just take it to the logical extreme. You buy your face, you buy your health.
And if you can't afford it, you are literally erased.
You become an Edgar. You become a gray blur in the background of someone else's life.
And the rising tides. It feels like the book is saying, you can change your face all you want, but you can't change the reality of the world coming for you.
It's the futility of escapism. The nobility are partying in Hightown, swapping bodies, having duels, ignoring the fact that the water is licking at their heels. It's a society dancing on the edge of a cliff.
And Anna and Wes are the only ones looking down.
Well, then Caio is looking down and saying, jump.
I keep thinking about the full versus empty riddle. What's your take? If you had to answer Carrywitch.
Oh, that's a trap. If I say full, I'm arrogant. If I say empty, I'm nihilistic.
Spoken like a true politician.
I think the answer lies in the pith. The pith is the only thing that matters. The chassis is empty until the pith makes it full. So perhaps the relationship is what matters. The flow.
The breath.
Exactly.
Well, we'll have to see if Anna figures it out before she gets her brain melted.
Indeed.
To recap the board state, Anna is undercover as David, terrified of being found out. Wes is undercover as himself, plotting to destroy Anna. Caio is out there gathering an army of the disenfranchised. And the water keeps rising.
It is a perfect storm.
And I, for one, cannot wait to see who drowns first.
That is a dark note to end on.
It's a dark book.
Touché.
Thank you for walking us through the nightmare of Caimor.
Always a pleasure to analyze the darkness with you.
And to our listener, next time you look in the mirror, take a second, look at your eyes, look at your hands, and ask yourself, if you changed all of it, would you still be you?
The pith knows.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Goodbye.
Okay, wait, I can't let you go yet. I'm still stuck on the car crash scene.
It was a pivotal moment.
No, I mean the physics of it. Wes slices a car in half with paper. We need to talk about the green aspect of that.
Ah, I see. You're wondering how paper cuts steel.
Yes, I get that it's magic, but you said green magic requires physics. Paper is cellulose. It's flimsy.
Right, but think about what sharpness is. Sharpness is just a measure of the surface area of the edge. The smaller the surface area, the more pressure you can apply to a specific point.
Okay.
Obsidian can be honed to a single molecule edge. It's sharper than surgical steel. Wes uses green magic logical intelligence to mentally align the fibers of the paper. He compresses them, he forces them into a molecular wedge.
So he's essentially turning the paper into a monofilament wire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He is holding the structural integrity of that edge with his mind. If his concentration wavered for a microsecond, the paper would just crumple against the car bumper.
That makes it so much more impressive. It's not just I swing hard. It's I am maintaining a complex physical equation in my head while a car is rushing at me at 60 miles per hour.
And that's why he's elite. That's why he was a candidate for the ousting. The mental discipline required to do that is off the charts.
Contrast that with Anna's rainbow veil.
Illusion.
Is she bending light? Or is she hacking the optic nerve?
The book implies it's the latter. It's whisper magic, so it's blue. It's not modifying the photons, which would be green or physical. It's modifying the perception.
So the camera wouldn't see the illusion.
That is a brilliant question. If there was a CCTV camera at the dinner party, it would just see people screaming at normal soup.
Oh, that is wild.
It adds a layer of vulnerability to her magic. If she's fighting a robot or a golem, her magic is useless. She needs a mind to trick.
Whereas Wes can cut a robot in half.
Exactly. They're perfect complements. Wes deals with the physical reality. Hannah deals with the subjective reality.
Carrywitch is a genius. An evil genius, but a genius.
He knows how to build a toolkit. He sees them not as people, but as functions. I need a hammer, and I need a screwdriver.
Yeah, he found them.
I also want to circle back to the rising tides and the humdrums. We touched on the class warfare, but there's a specific detail about the dry land tax.
Oh, right. The higher up the mountain you live, the more you pay.
It creates a geographic segregation. If you run out of money, you are legally evicted downwards.
You are evicted into the flood zone.
It's a slow-motion death sentence. We aren't killing you, we're just moving you to Zone 4. Zone 4 happens to be under 2 feet of water at high tide.
It effectively criminalizes poverty.
And it radicalizes the population. If the system guarantees you're drowning, why wouldn't you join Caimor? Why wouldn't you blow up a dam? You're going to die anyway.
It makes the terrorists sympathetic, which is uncomfortable.
Good literature should be uncomfortable. We understand why they are doing it, even if we condemn the methods.
Even gods drown.
It's the ultimate equalizer.
I feel like we could do a whole separate deep dive just on the hydrology of Caimor.
The 8 oceans, it implies a geography completely unlike Earth.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
All right, for real this time. Thanks for the extra innings.
Anytime.
Go read the book, folks. It'll make you appreciate the ground under your feet.
And the stars in the sky.
Definitely the stars. Bye.